everyone, welcome back. So today I am very excited actually. I have been so inspired lately to try out needle felting. I actually got the idea to do it from Mira Byler. She did some pretty awesome videos on it, and I've also seen a few other artists trying it out as well, including Chloe Rose Art, and I want to try my spin on it and see what it's like. I got this little kit here from eBay. There are a lot of different colors of felt in there, and I also have this 32 pack of felt sheets that I got from Kmart. So yeah, let's rip these bad boys open and see what we got. So first up, it seems we have some tools here. It looks like we have a little case with some different items in here, as well as a nice foam square thingy that we're going to be using to working on. Now let's actually open up this little tool case and just see what kind of tools we're working with. Now first I could see that these are little, I guess, finger protectors, I guess to prevent yourself from stabbing yourself in the fingers. I'm probably going to be stabbing myself in the fingers anyways. A little handle thing here, and also some, I guess these are like little eyes and stuff like that. We also have these weird scissors things which look pretty cool, and here are all of the needles. Now I'm going to try my best not to injure myself while putting this in the thing, but yeah, we're gonna go and do some stabbing. That's pretty much it for the tool, so let's get that closed and have a look at all of the colors that we are working with. There are so many colors of this wool here. Now I know that this isn't the most economical way to start needle felting. You usually should start with, buying a large amount of a few colors because it's cheaper that way. But I just couldn't help looking at all of the colors available in this. And it's a pretty good way to start off actually, because when you don't know what you're working with and you don't know what you want to actually make art of, having a good color choice seems like a pretty good idea for me. Now this pack of felt here is actually quite convenient. It's a really nice size, 15 by 15 centimeters. And we do have a bunch of different colors that we can use here. I can see there's some pink, green, white, purple, blue. There's also like a teal kind of color, and I like them all. They're not too big either, so it's a good size to start out with. So here is that block of foam, and the best thing about this is you can sit your felt on top, and then basically when you stab all over here, it's not going to hit your table, it's just going to go into the foam, and hopefully you don't stab your fingers too. Now I actually lucked out on the size of felt here. It is exactly the same width as the piece of foam that came with the kit. It's just a little bit longer obviously, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem because I can just sort of pick up the felt and move it around a little bit. I'm hoping it's not too bad. So basically from what I've seen with needle felting is you get some felt here. Well, it's more wool. I think it's sheep's wool, but you lay it on top of the felt and then you get this little needle thing and you just stab it a whole bunch of times. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think the needle sort of pushes the fibers of the wool through to the back of the felt, and it sort of connects after a while of stabbing, and you end up with a little picture. So I have picked a piece of blue felt here, and I am putting a bunch of white over the top as clouds. As you can probably guess, this is a little bit of a sky background. And the clouds were pretty easy to create the shapes of. As you know, clouds are in their own nature quite wispy and, random shaped and sort of flowy. And I'm just having a lot of fun stabbing this piece over and over. Now, to be honest, it was very satisfying to peel up that felt. It kind of reminds me of, this is going to be gross, one of those pore strips that you peel off your nose and you can see all the bits in there that were in your skin. Yeah, that's what the felt sticking out of the back reminds me of. You're welcome for that. But yeah, as you can see, I had to move it a little bit because I needed to add in some clouds to the bottom area, and that wasn't too bad. So now that I've got my rough sky done and ready for whatever's coming on top, I decided to grab out some green wool, as you can see here. I think I'm going to place something in the sky here that is flying in the sky, and I wonder if you guys can guess what I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put in a long flowing tail, and it's going to curve around a little bit before it gets up towards the body, as you can see in this rough shape. I'm trying my best to make sure it is smooth and flowy and not lumpy anywhere, and the end tapers off pretty nicely. Have you guys guessed what I'm needle felting on here yet? No? Well, I'll tell you, it's a dragon. What a surprise. I decided to go for green for this dragon because, well, it's a pretty traditional color for a dragon, and I didn't want to go too crazy on the details either because this is the first time I've ever needle felted, and I don't exactly know how intricate I can get these details, so I still want this dragon to look, you know, recognizable as your typical dragon. So I'm doing a lot of stabby stab with this needle here, and I'm pretty sure I have at least stabbed my finger once now. I probably should have used that finger protector thing, but to be honest, I find it really hard to do stuff with like gloves, especially thick, you know, leather finger gloves. So yeah, we've done the base for the tail now, and I'm just adding in some more of this wool here for the body and the neck. I want it to follow the curve of the tail a little bit, so it's gonna go like back and forth a little bit, and the head's gonna end up going up and then facing the side. So yeah, let's do some more stabby stab stab. I can't believe I'm actually saying this on my family friendly art channel. Stabby stab. I am having way too much fun with this. Okay, so now that we have done most of the base of the body here, I'm going to add an extra color, and this is going to follow the tail all the way to the neck. And I decided on pink just because, I don't know, I don't really do pink for the underside of a dragon very often, and I think the soft, you know, pastel pink kind of looks really nice with the green. I feel like since red and green are complementary colors, they go together pretty well, especially since the pink is very subdued and pastel. It doesn't look too crazy. So yeah, I'm pretty much just following the shape of the tail. Now I'm trying not to cover up too much of the green here, but it is, you know, overlapping just a little bit. And I'm using this pink to sort of thicken out areas, especially on the belly. I like my dragons to have a little fat belly. I just think it looks really cute. And especially with this sort of snaky body style, you want a little bit of fatness there to, you know, make it look less like a snake and more like a dragon. With these styles of dragons, I try to do a rough seahorse kind of shape. I just really like the look and the shape of it. Oh yeah, let's get that satisfying peel action. So fuzzy. Let me tell you, this stuff is just really fun. I'm having so much fun with this. Other than the finger stabbing part. That part's less fun. So now that we've got the rough top part of his head done, I want to go in and add just a little bit more felt here. Felt, wool, whatever you call it. And I just want to give him a bit more of a snout. He's got a sort of round head, and I want a little bit of a pointy snout here, as you can see. Now I'm just grabbing a little bit more dark green. A little bit darker than the body color. And I'm just adding in some little spikes here, some little horns on him. And I'm pretty much just doing a few along the head, and then I will do a few more at the end of the tail as well. Can you tell that I'm slowly easing myself into smaller details? As you can see at the start, we did some wispy clouds that didn't matter too much about the shape. And then I went in and did the body and then the thinner color of the body. And now I am doing some more crazy details over the top. I decided to do the eye red because, well, it was, you know, the same color as the pink, just more saturated and darker. And I decided for the wing membranes of this dragon to be yellow just because I wanted a bit more of a warm color in there. And yellow's quite warm and saturated, and I like yellow, and I think it stands out pretty well from the sky as well. I'm just adding bits of wool here and there, trying to get a nice sort of bat-shaped wing. And then after that, I'm going to go in on the wing on the other side as well. It's going to be a little bit smaller because it's, you know, towards the back. But we're going to have two wings spread out really nicely. And yeah, this is my basic sort of dragon shape that I like to do when I'm not doing anything too crazy. I like him. I think he's cute. After this, I decided I wanted to have a little bit more detail on the body of the dragon. I want to have some scales on here. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I tried to do smaller scales but didn't really work out. But now I'm just giving him a little bit of an eyebrow shape along his eye. I think it looks pretty cool. And then after this, I'm adding in the bony parts of the wing. I decided to use the dark green again for the wing because it looks pretty nice against that bright yellow and the contrast looks good. After I got those parts done, I wanted to add a little bit more detail onto the belly here. So I took a brighter, more saturated, darker pink, and I'm putting in some little stripes on his belly. And I actually really like the look of that. I feel like it just adds a little bit more contrast to it and just, I don't know, adds a little bit more detail that wasn't normally there. It looks good. I think it looks cool. After this, I also decided to give him some more big round scales. As you can see, they're kind of just like polka dots, but I think they look cool. And I decided to add in some dark green just to have more of that dark green in there because it looks nice. And after this, I just need to go back into the clouds to give them just a little bit more shape and body and just make them, I don't know, more dense and solid looking. I am just having so much fun with this project. It's just so satisfying to just stab all over pieces of felt, and it feels really cool and it looks pretty awesome too. Now to finish up, I actually learned this trick from Mirabila. You turn it over and fold over the edges of the felt to the back, and you just attach it to the back as well so that it's not just hanging off the edge. And here we have our little dragon piece. So here is the final result, and I absolutely love this. This was so fun to make, as I mentioned, probably 100 times already. You should definitely try out needle felting if you're on the fence about it. It's super fun, and it's kind of scary, but it's really easy and interesting. Well, it's easier than I expected anyways. So yeah, here's my woolly dragon, and I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making this. I enjoyed it immensely. So yeah, comment below if you want me to try this out again, and if you do, please hit that like button. I kind of am a bit of a slave to the algorithm, so... And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye everyone.